Hey everyone, my name is Ashley Shaw and I'm the founder of the Fitness Leader Institute and Business Bootcamp for Fitness Coaches. And today I want to talk to you about a really important thing that I see tons of coaches doing, and that is posting without a strategy and backing it up with a bunch of join me messages, which is 100% turning off your audience. And let me explain why. So the thing is, everyone does this, right? When they first get started, they're trying to find their groove. So they do what other coaches do and they start copying what they're either told to do, what they see other people doing. And I get it. It's really like when you first start off in a social selling environment, we tend to do this because I remember even I used to sell knives back in the day, and that's exactly what our knife dude, I don't even know what to call him, upline, what he told us to do, right? Like it was like, just hit your contacts hard, ask everyone if you can do your knife demonstration. And I remember feeling like, I don't know, like, I guess this is social selling. Like I need to be social, I need to be selling, combine those two together, and this is what I'm doing. And I always remember it made me feel uncomfortable. But it wasn't until later in my career that I realized why that was. And the thing is, we've got to lead with value. And this is why I assume and really truly believe that this is the way, is that if you ever think about anyone that's really, really successful that we continue to follow, if you think about Jenna Kutcher is somebody that instantly comes to mind for me, a very recognizable brand and someone that definitely has obviously like made it really big, 7-figure earner. Do you ever see her asking people to buy her stuff on her social media, just her posts? No. We never do, right? What we see on social, and I'm talking like her Facebook, her Instagram, is we see her story. We see more things about her to get to know and like and trust her, right? Because that initial part of what I'm going to call the top of the funnel is all about building your relationship with people. And sometimes we can easily get this wrong and we start to what I call spray and pray, meaning we post as much stuff no matter what type of engagement it is. It's like all types. You can have people that are not ready to buy at all. They're super cold audience and they just started following you. You can get people that are like sort of warmed up and they're like, maybe. And then you also have people watching you that might be ready right now, so they'll jump in on that. But let me ask you this, are you willing to turn off all those people that are cold and warm to just get those couple of people that are ready to buy? It's a big trade-off, right? So the reason that most successful influencers don't sell at their top level posts is because there is a better way. And this is really about a communication, or also I would call it a relationship funnel. So one other example of this would be when you're dating someone, right? Or first starting. So my sister, she'll come with it. I'm not going to tell you so much about her love life, but I'll tell you the little tidbit here is like, she is, when she first started dating online, like anybody that was like immediately like way too forward right in the beginning was a turnoff. When she met someone that she liked what they were, she was picking up what they were putting down, but it was like kind of one block at a time. And then they started texting back and forth and like their courtship sort of grew. And then they went on their first date. And then, she was like, oh, I want to see this person more often. And the story, like, they're in a committed relationship now. That is no different than what social media is, and how we need to be thinking about what we post on the top of the funnel is curiosity posts and getting people more interested in what we're doing, not driving directly to like commit to me and join and all that sort of stuff, because you're turning a lot of people away because they haven't gotten into that courtship phase with you. So this is where the methodology really comes down to why a communication funnel is so crucial, because we need to speak to every person that follows us and that engages with us in a different way. It's like how you talk to an acquaintance is so different than how you talk to your best friend. And the goal here is to take well, I'm not going to say everyone, because it's not about that. It's about taking your people that are acquaintances right now and eventually making them like your besties. But you lose people on the way. That's totally part of it. Not everyone is your person, but you don't get there by going up to every person saying, hey, want to be best friends? No, that is scary. It's scary stuff for people, especially when there's like stranger danger and like online. We don't even know people sometimes. So it's very scary being on the other side of this. So there are, I'm going to say like 3 to 4 main things that you need to do to build a communication funnel. Step 1, when it comes to what you post on social and what you put in your stories, you want to pique people's curiosity. So it's called the 5-finger rule. You might have heard of this. Your thumb is like fitness. So it could be, what you're doing maybe for, it's not too deep, right? Like you're not going to get into like, this is why I love Beachbody and da-da-da. Like, no, pique curiosity. Talk about why you love to do yoga before bed and how doing it from home is super easy. Why drinking water has been revolutionary in some of your life changes. That sort of idea. Like dangle the carrot. Don't like give them the whole thing and hope that they'll take it and come back, right? So it's like a dangle. Dangle the fitness stuff out there. Then what are the other 4 things that like you're interested in that make you you? If I think about those sort of things for me, like I love Airbnb. I'm an Airbnb host in 2 different cities. So that's kind of, I love design and setting things up for Airbnb and that experience. So I would talk about that. Another thing, maybe I am really, I want to say obsessed, like that sounds like weird to pair that with the word mindset. I'm really in tune with things that help create a positive mindset. So I'm always exploring things on that, always listening to podcasts, always doing meditations, like just really taking a stance on doing more of what I know is going to make me feel better. Another thing that's important to me is I play roller derby and I really love sports, so that's a big one other thing is that I'm just trying to think of like what else. I really am interested in writing and copywriting, and that's sort of my jam. So those could be a couple of things. Those obviously for everyone are going to be so different, but that's just an example of how to think about those things. Maybe nutrition is like super important to you in one of them. But you want to talk about, oh, my dog. How could I forget? My dog, my husband, those things too, right? You've got to talk about all 5 of those things. You can't just talk about fitness and hope that some people will fall in love with that, but it really like, I have to like you first before I will want to work out with you. Give you a really interesting example of this. I started doing some group personal training classes because I feel like I work from home, so I need to be a little bit like social sometimes. And I'm working out with this one trainer, and like, I don't mean this in like a negative way, but he's just not my style at all. And like, he knows how to work out, but like, he's just not my style at all. So I will go to different times. I will go to different like classes around it. Like it just doesn't work. So that personality piece is so important. They have to know who you are. They have to like you. They have to see you jiving, and then they will want to work out with you. But it doesn't just come the other way around. Okay, so that's 1. Number 2 is that you need a freebie or a lead magnet. These mean the exact same things. Again, I'm going to use Jenna Kutcher. If you go to her website, she has a this is more advanced, but she has a quiz on like, what's your secret sauce? She has training on Pinterest. She has training on Instagram. She gives you something of value first. She doesn't ask for anything. And this step is so important because you need to be able to establish trust with anybody that is watching you. And so you need to figure out a way to be able to do this. Maybe it's a free group that you're running, like a free challenge group. That totally works. It's a freebie for them to sort of test drive your style, your type. It's like a first date, right? Like you have an opportunity to impress them. So it's really important that you have something. Could be a 5-day meal plan. This month in the monthly strategy, it's 5 tips to like to be your best self, and really around motivation and how to stay really motivated, especially as we're approaching the holiday season. So you need to give them something of value so that they want to stay connected with you, and they sort of start to like fall in love with you a little bit. They're not sure if they're going to use the love word yet, but they think they're almost there, that sort of idea. Then as you've given them the freebie, you have their email. You collect this either on the way into the free group, or you collect this when you exchange for the freebie. The reason you need this is that this is your intimate space. You guys know I talk about this all the time, 10 times more likely to see your message if they're you are in their inbox. Groups are also like much better for being seen. They're prioritized higher than friend connections and that sort of idea. So it is really important. Like groups are awesome. So this then, again, I'm going to think back to Jenna Kutcher. She doesn't just send you an email then like, want to buy from me? No, she's cool about it. She sends you a couple of emails, like anywhere from like, I don't know, 5 around there, but she tells you about what's going on so that you don't miss out. And she treats it like, hey, I know we're friends, like I want to make sure I tell you about this. This is what I'm going through. And then she will ask you if you want to participate. So it's really about thinking about your presence on social like this. Not like, got to get all the people, spray and pray, got to get them. You're scaring them, right? Like that is a thing. Think of it more so, there's a message that needs to hit them as you move from like, we are on like the dating scene, we're looking at each other, we're interested, that's your post. We're getting a little more intimate, like first date is that lead magnet or freebie ability to really showcase like your value. Then you're getting a little more intimate. This is like, you're going on a few dates. Then you can ask them to be a part of your group. That is the key to success. And I also would say this is the difference between addition and multiplication, because addition is like sending join me, hey girl messages all the time. And like every day you start from scratch and you do that again. That is a lot of work. And I hear a ton of coaches say like that's how they burn out, is they have a good month, but they put all those strategies into place and it's like, it's a recipe for burnout. Versus if you set up this funnel where you have your social media post, you have your freebie trickling out, and then you have your emails trickling out. Yes, it's a little more work in the beginning, but you have such a better opportunity to reach people and reach way more people with just putting together that one message, because way more people see it. So I hope that was helpful. Drop your biggest takeaway below and go to ashleyshaw.ca/monthly marketing strategy to have all this done for you, including your challenge posts, or do it yourself, but make sure you follow those steps and you really start to wrap your head around this communication funnel, because it's so, so crucial. Again, it's ashleyshaw.ca/monthly marketing strategy to get help with this. November is coming up quick, and we have a super brand new bonus that's happening with all the monthly members, where we have an intimate, exclusive Facebook group that's going to be happening, where we can get really deep into ideal customer and answering all the questions that you have, because tweaking those posts is a crucial part of really making sure you're authentic to yourself and not being salesy. So we're going to cover all of that stuff in the group for the monthly marketing strategy. Hope you guys are having a great start to the week. It's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm super pumped to just be a part of this community. Feel super grateful that I'm surrounded by amazing people like yourself, coaches that are all out there helping people lead better lives. It's so important. So I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I'm sure I'm going to pop on and speak to you guys tomorrow. So have a great rest of the day, guys.